Rogue here. He's got it in him.
All right, and
All
here
right.
we have.
Yeah, back
herO.
on Neon Violet Square. Side of Neon Violet Square. It's violet because it's pink. It's Rogue.
It's such a nice map.
I think so. I'm a big fan. Some people have problems, but you know,
Yeah,
people
that's
complain about everything.
it's true. That is one of the things that people need to not listen to pro gamers on is maps, because they only like standard things. And
Yes.
that doesn't make for things to be as exciting as they could be.
That's true. That is true. They just want everything to be normal so they don't have to like learn new maps and learn new weird strategies but it makes the fun stuff. It makes the fun for us, and if them struggling is better.
Rogue, you dirty dog.
No, he's not.
He's doing it. A proxy hatchery. That is one way to open up a series. I love it.
Man, we got double proxy gateways to start our first series, and now our second one.
Oh, and then he follows it up with the gold base. I love it.
Rogue's a monster. Okay, I'd like to see 5 probes here and a zealot. I really don't know that 4 probes is enough, but hero's smarter than me, so let's see if he pulls another probe or if he's just relying on the 4 probes and the zealot to get this work done. Yeah, he's chronoing the zealot because of course he is. Is he going to hold the... Look, he has to know exactly what he needs. So zealot shows up. Big time hits now. And I think he's going to have to cancel that hatch. Yeah, definitely going to have to cancel it now. And by that I mean he's not canceling the hatch, and in fact, he's gonna let... No, he does cancel
the Evo. I love it.
Yeah, tosses down the Evo on the little remnants of creep you get from building something.
I was wondering if he was gonna do that, but that's something that's so rare these days, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen that move in a while. I'm with you on that. I don't know.
It's more difficult to pull off since Legacy of the Void, so, or at least since that patch. Anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely harder to do. It's still fun when it's pulled off, and that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
So...
herO says, you're gonna proxy me, I'm gonna proxy you, which is a very cool move. An Adept and a Zealot are now rolling on up to this gold base, which is a massive bonus for Rogue's economy, but if an Adept and a Zealot shut it down, that can just be potentially catastrophic damage. So every second of lost mining time as these drones have to run away from the Adept and the Zealot is incredibly painful. However, he does reestablish mining.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. So still pressuring a little bit here, but definitely still working on that expansion. More probes happening back home. A Stargate getting warped in by herO as well back in the main. Just trying to keep the pressure up.
It's a Stargate and a gateway.
Oh, the Stargate is not back home. It's on the other side of the map. All right. Man, what do we think? Proxy Stargate and Proxy Gateway. It doesn't make any sense to me. What are we doing here?
I don't know. herO's a madman. We'll see.
He is.
Maybe it's gonna be like a Void Ray or something.
All right,
It's
moment
an
of truth.
Oracle.
It's Proxy to Oracle. Ling's going across the map. Trying to see what they can do on hero's side of the side of the
that is
thing
a
here,
lot of Adepts, though.
Yeah. So it looks it's not resonating Glaive Adepts because he doesn't have the Twilight for it. But is it just like Adepts and Oracles or something?
Rogue just pulled out the sickest jukes in the world. He's let those Adept shade right on by, so he gets Lings in the natural to kill the Stalker. A few go into the main, and that completely forces all the Adepts of herO back home. Beautifully done.
Yeah, that's genius stuff. Don't send those Lings home. Because you can swing back around. There's not a spore in this base. You got to pull the drones. There you go. Pulling them out there. And the Lings are getting cleaned up back at herO's side of the map. But the Oracle rocking up some kills here. Really not bad. 6 total
great
drones
damage
down there.
on that Oracle. The proxy hitting just a little bit sooner than a regular Oracle, so Rogue wasn't ready for it. He was also a little bit distracted, probably by the success his Lings had in the main base. herO uses the neon violet squares, I suppose, to
Yeah.
defend against those lings quite well.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I like that. Lings can't surround you if you're in that little machine.
Oracle eats some queen shots so low. Rogue still has the advantage of this gold base to allow him to produce mass Zerglings, and he is going into that with +1 melee on the way.
Yeah, strangely enough, doesn't really have much to deal with Oracle, at least not offensively, but the Queens and the Spore should handle them defensively. This is the most Adepts that maybe I've seen without Resonating Glaives. Now he's firing up Resonating Glaives. Okay. It's just, I feel like he should have started it a minute ago, but okay, just regular Adepts for now, and then the orange discs soon. He wishes he had Resonating Glaives right now, huh?
Yeah, great shade on the Adepts, eating some damage, but then just heading towards the main base. And while Rogue has got lots of links, he's severely lacking queen and queen placement, as that third base was so far out of position. One random Zealot rolls into the gold base. Drones decide to fight that. And
yeah, he was pretty injured already. Not too bad, not too bad. Baneling Nest on the way to deal with the Adepts. Obviously, more will be coming. They will have the orange soon. So Banelings are going to be the answer here from Rogue. And there they go. Banelings coming up. They don't take too long, but when you're waiting for them, it can feel like an eternity.
And they do have +1 attack on the way, so that's really going to help out the Lings and the Banelings. So herO, he's kind of fighting an uphill battle against a Zerg that's got a gold base income.
Yeah, that's really terrible stuff. Rogue on the other side, trying to hack away at the Cybercore, forcing a warp into the Adepts back home to deal with that. That's very
huge,
funny.
Because there's no way for those Adepts to get out of there. There's no warp prism or anything, so that is 3 Adepts that will not be in the fight. And the fight is happening now. Resonating Glaives against +1 Lings. herO has a very nice position. Only 2 Queens are adding their ranged DPS to sort of bypass this. I think Rogue needs to section some of those Lings around, maybe dealing with something else. But
I think he was waiting for the Adepts to shade back into the natural, and they just never did.
Yeah.
Another group does come in, so the Banelings being there is nice.
Those...
No, do not finish the shade on top of Banelings! Ooh, he kind of did. Oh,
yeah,
this
great.
group's completely toast. It is over. This Resonating Glaive attack is done.
Yeah, the +1 attack supercharged by the gold base is just not something a delayed Resonating Glaive attack really works on, it seems. And now herO is in a bit of a spot of bother. Rogue is only on 29 workers. So, like, he will have to drone up, and he's doing that now with a 4th base on the way. A 4th base that's so far away, by the way. Like, he builds it over there. He could have built it in the pocket, or he could have built it in one of the other 3rd base locations. Instead, he's like, nope.
Nope. Distance doesn't matter to me. I have speedlings. They're fast.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy stuff, man. He's getting a Carapace upgrade for his Lings. He's finally firing up a lair right now. Your proxies are all dead, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I feel good about this from herO.
No, I mean, he's got quite a bit of time on his hands, because he does have a solid wall at his front. And I don't think Rogue's going to go for a Baneling bust. Probably not, anyway. And Rogue himself, like, he was on 29 drones, so it's going to take him a while to get up that tech, to really hit that high drone count that Zerg really thrives off of.
Yeah, I mean, this is Rogue getting up everything he wants. herO's got no pressure to put on him. All he can do.
A 4th for the Protoss already.
Just trying to keep up economically.
Yeah, and I mean, I like it if Rogue isn't getting aggressive. Psystorm on the way. That's one way to deal with Massling Baneling. Roaches are being added into the army of Rogue to give it a little bit more muscle.
Especially against Adepts, or if Archons decide to show up. Psystorm, definitely getting research there too. Centrifugal hooks for the Banelings. If you're going to make Banelings, might as well give them the speed. It takes a while on that upgrade too, but working on it, should have time.
herO definitely wants that 4th base up, as he did just take the pocket base, which is basically a mined out base from the get-go with only 4 mineral patches, so Realistically, he's on a 3-base economy effectively, with that 4th base getting up. So he definitely needed that. The Lings of Rogue dealing quite a bit of damage to his Stalker, with that +1 attack being very notable.
Rogue says, "Where are you going, Queen?"
It's like herding cats.
It sometimes is. Ooh, lost the Oracle. Not great control there from herO.
Yeah, that is something you generally want to hang on to as Protoss when you're up against a mass Ling Roach composition. I wouldn't even...
air just got tossed up from herO.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't have even minded if herO invested in a couple more Oracles or something, but further Sky Toss tech could absolutely work. So he is planning on playing this just to the absolute late game, it would seem. He's got the Psystorm, which is really going to help him against the mass Lings. There's one Storm, blinks the Stalkers back to bait the Zerg army forward, but this is still a lot of Zerg as Rogue is crashing on in. Double Psystorm hits the Roaches, hits some of the Banes. The Natural is being assaulted while this is going on, but it holds for now, and Archon gets morphed, and there is more Psystorm. herO didn't use his energy recharge to get another Psystorm, so I guess he's just going to use it on a battery, which will be needed to maybe heal these Archons. As the...
Yeah. I was going to say, sorry, Baneling's hitting a shield battery, but not killing it here. This attack is kind of running out of steam, but also there's only 22 army supply left from herO back here. Probes are dying, not by the dozens. Ravagers morphing in right on the battle lines is amazing. Stop blinking. Corrosive Bile connections. Zerglings causing major problems.
Man.
Ravagers are back, man. More Lings, more Ravagers.
Gosh,
blinking on top of the Ravagers, though, is herO.
That is crazy. herO saying, now or never, taking this fight, but he plummets to 14 army supply. And I think Rogue maybe starting this series off with a victory, as if herO loses this 4th, he is toast.
And he's losing the 4th, so he is toast. You seen that graph of like what kind of toast do you like, and it's just different varying like shades of either toasted or like totally black.
Yeah, herO's the burnt toast is what you're saying.
I'm saying he's the burnt toast. All right, so any questions? Is Rogue a little bit maybe not on point today? He's on point today. There are no questions anymore. He's doing just fine. What's up, Somicron?
Hey, Somicron.
So our man manages to get a Game 1 victory here against herO. Looking pretty good doing it. This started with a proxy hatch. He proxied a hatchery in herO's natural.
I love that.
So
good.
It was a delay, but it didn't do much of anything else, but still.
To start the series off like that is phenomenal.
Definitely. Now herO's got to be wondering about what else Rogue got up his sleeve here, especially because he took the gold base behind it and really got away with it. I mean, there were a couple of drones that died there. There was the Zealot Adept attack that showed up and caused some major problems. But other than that, he held on to the gold. He never lost it, and he let that propel him to victory. Yo. So we're on Amygdala for Game 2.
All right. And not the man I expected to be down 0-1 in this series out the gate. It's herO.
Bottom left, world champion multiple times over, all around terrifying Zerg player Rogue.
Yep. Rogue is the reason why we need EWC announced, because I want to see him come back to God tier form and win it all. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in to this cast. If you enjoy these games and the commentary, you can check out Falcon Paladin and myself. We each have our own YouTubes. And then, yeah, just make a SOOP account if you're being a lurker. Yeah, make an account, say hi. We'll say hi back.
Yeah, absolutely. We will do it. Somicron identifies himself as the real Somicron, but I don't know if that's enough for
I think he's a fake.
Yeah, how do you prove you are the real Somicron?
He's just one of those AI things.
Although he does ask, is anyone real? So he's shifting the question onto us now. Sneaky. Are we in a simulation, possibly? So Macron is running up against the censorship on the site a little bit. As an Australian,
Leave it to the Australian
understandable.
to figure that out. It's one of the worst things about the internet, everything having censors in it these days. Nexus on the way up for herO. He's got that low ground wall off. Like, is that a pylon as the main? Is this a solid wall? Or am I crazy?
I don't know, man. I play Zerg. I can't look at a wall and be like, yes, obviously on this map, these buildings make a solid wall.
Well, Protoss literally has to, like, Google that before they... Or
yeah!
They have to check Gemini's Twitter every new season to see if he's released a wall-off guide, because it's just so essential to playing the race.
Right. I would test it. If I was a Zerg player, I would send some links over there and see if I could get through 100%. It doesn't look like it is, but considering it's herO, there's no way he just left a wide gap as well. No way.
That's a pretty big... Like...
I know! But I've seen walls that don't...
Okay.
Not a wall!
Not a wall. Just a wall reinforced with a shaky pylon as part of the front. That's like... That's Zerg bait right there. It's like, oh, I'm a Protoss and my wall's made out of a 400 HP pylon. Adept kills off one Zergling.
And providing some high ground vision, so Overlord cannot perch on Overlord spot anymore and must die. Who puts a pylon in a wall, says Omicron. Exactly! That's what we're saying. That said, I don't see Rogue firing up 30 lings right now, so we're probably okay.
Give it time.
He will make 30 lings at some point.
That's my prediction for this game. Rogue makes 30 lings.
Okay, so in the production tab, we see the lings and the number 30 next to it. Or more.
Yeah, I mean, that's fairly reasonable.
I think so, too. Roachhorn getting tossed up by Rogue. Turned it. Sniped the Oracles out of the sky, but can't quite finish it off. But it's very injured now. Doesn't want to dive back too deep in on the creep anymore. All right, Twilight Council. What mysteries do you have for us, herO?
Blink.
Blink. Maybe the most boring of upgrades. Resonating Glaives is fun. Charge is fun. Blink is just like, meh. Yeah. All right, I guess.
Okay, Rogue really liked his lings killing everything in the previous match, so he says, how about some more of that, as he fires up +1 melee. We'll see if he adds, well, he already has the Roachhorn done. We'll see if he adds in roaches to bolster up his army once again, and there they are, roaches on the way.
Slow down that creep. Slow it right down.
Yeah, creep can be delayed with these oracles and adepts. I really think it's quite important in this game that herO keeps his oracles alive. He lost one cleaning up creep in the last match, and while cleaning up creep is very important, oracles will get value all game unless Rogue decides to make a corruptor or a Hydralisk.
Rogue trying to bust in the front of the natural? He was.
He couldn't resist it.
No. Couldn't get through. He had to give it a try.
Oracles do find some transferring drones really nicely done. They are going to grab a queen. They do stay alive as well.
Nice. Both staying alive is awesome. Infestation pit on the way from Rogue. Let's see if he goes for Hive. Does he want maybe some Vipers? Little Blinding Cloud action could be fun.
Maybe some Swarm Hosts, something crazy.
You know, there are not many Zerg players, so I'd be like, oh yeah, Swarm Host. But Rogue's on that list.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot
Entirely
of Swarm Hosts
possible.
this week. There's something in the water.
They didn't do anything to Swarm Hosts.
I know.
They're not any better than they were.
You know how StarCraft players are. They're like, yeah, this is great.
I do. Yeah, stuff gets popular for no reason. I get it.
Okay, it's just a Hive on the way. And a Hydra Den, so probably lurkers in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Rogues
Definitely some lurkers. Well, I mean, Stalkers do pretty good against those. Ooh, the death animation on that thing's kind of violent.
Yeah.
Get the other one. Production tab says 18 lings. Close. I think he's probably got 30 lings right now.
Oh, yeah. He does.
He has 53.
herO is going into Psystorm, and Rogue is going into Hydras, so the Oracle's free range shall end. There's the High Templar. Oh, no! Lings get into the natural, into the main base of herO, and that means Rogue has seen opportunity on the other side of the map with these Roaches and Lings. Fortunately, the Oracles are not being contested by any Hydralisk just yet, so they do a great job of shooing that away. And yes, I know I did just say doo-doo.
Yeah, that stasis really helped a lot. Catching a handful of lings in a situation like that is good. Another handful of lings gets caught by the stasis. Wunderbar. We got a Adrenal getting fired up here by Rogue.
herO is getting aggressive against Rogue, all of a sudden saying, maybe you just slacked off on making units for a second. Psystorm goes down. There is a lot of Hydras for the Zerg, but they are forced back once again, allowing the Roaches to take damage while the Hydras are not putting out damage. But it does seem that Rogue has enough stuff to defend this.
Definitely, especially with the Hydras in the back. Important, those guys back there shooting their needle spines. Really tough to deal with if Roaches are tanking for him. But suddenly, the Roaches aren't tanking for him as well anymore.
No.
Lings can do some tanking too in the situation. They're not as good at it, but they're giving it a shot. herO smelling some blood.
Yeah, the swings and counter swings in this game are getting quite serious. herO, he's got 2, maybe 3 Psystorms right now. Lings are going on in, getting on top of the Protoss. herO storms some of his own army, which, yes, does damage it. So Rogue holds on for now. Man, this game is really heating up. herO's on a healthy 4-base economy for now. We'll see if he attempts to take a 5th or slow the game down, but I don't blame him for wanting to kill Rogue as soon as possible, because he is a 5-base Zerg who's now going into mass lurkers.
All right.
Zealot attack hits the 5th base of Rogue. The Zerg is quick to respond to it, though, as there's not much else going on the map right now. As I say that, though, Lings do go for the main base of the Protoss. Probes are fighting with a Zealot and a Cannon, so that is quite a few dead probes. Not catastrophic damage on herO's side of the map, but still a nice little gaining of momentum for herO.
Definitely.
For Rogue, pardon me.
We've got the lunge ability coming in.
Ooh.
Samakarn remembers what that's called. I don't respect it
It's
as an
the
ability, but
swole
every single
upgrade.
Zerg player gets it. Yeah, the swole upgrade. You don't skip leg day. Something. You don't skip arm day. Nanomuscular swell.
Oh, no.
Samakarn knew immediately. Dude, look at that again, honestly. Honestly, Rogue. Friend. Best friend. What are we doing here? God.
You need like a little counter on the door of herO for every Ling that gets in.
Seriously.
Just goes like pling, pling, pling.
Bing, 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 bing. Oh, 6 more. Ooh, Mothership getting fired up here from herO.
I didn't even see he got up a fleet beacon, but
There it be.
it is very cool to... Oh, Psystorm goes down as the Stalkers bait the Lings forward as they dive on a lurker. It is really cool to see how it's become rather meta for Protoss to just go for a Mothership as sort of like an icing on the cake of their army. Psystorm goes down. Oracle is still alive. However, the Spore got shot, which is precious detection.
Yeah, he lost his Observer, too, so he lost his detection, except for, oh, the Revelation. And lurkers are busting the front. On the other side, Hatch down, but the third base is in a little bit of trouble to lurkers. The natural base of hero's in a lot of trouble to lurkers. Zealots try to get on top of these dudes, get evaporated, and we have some chaos on our hands right now.
Man, it's a hard life being a zealot, that's for sure. However, the lurker at the third got cleaned up. The natural should eventually get cleaned up, as like it's not that many lurkers. They're unsupported. herO, where's his mothership? Get that thing over there to help deal with this. Okay, there's a cloak. Okay, there was an overseer brought forward by rogue. He sort of saw that coming, but really well done. herO snipes that down. Lurker.
Yeah, every lurker dies. I thought that would take a little bit longer than it did, but the lurkers positioning themselves at the backside of mineral lines as a tale as old as time here. All mining has stopped at this fourth base entirely until that thing gets cleared out. Almost brought them back into danger, but took him down, and Rogue's been given some time to breathe now.
Yeah, and it does hurt herO losing 22 workers and have his mining at his fourth disrupted, but during that fight, he killed off Rogue's fifth base. So the Zerg took a hit to his economy. We see Rogue trying to get up a sixth, take that gold base now. These guys, they're just so fast. It's like they are not taking a second to pause in this game. They're like, no, I must be attacking. I must be getting damage done. 3 lurkers siege up at the fourth base of herO once again. The Immortal kills one. An Observer is about to pop out, so it should be able to dispatch those. Meanwhile, the Protoss is looking to push the Zerg on his side, but it's not going to be easy.
Not at all. Revelation helps immensely, especially against these lurkers. A Tempest on the way from herO. Just one.
Yeah.
In addition to the one that already exists.
Tempest are a really odd unit in this day and age, because it's like they get their value from just slow assaults, but this game is not that type of game. Like, the battles are just happening so fast, so quickly. It's not like hero's going to whittle down Rogue with a couple Tempest right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's a weird use of his money and his time. He's definitely making another one. He's still firing those suckers up.
Yeah, we'll see if,
going
like,
for a decent amount.
Yeah, we'll see if he can slow the game down enough and get some efficiency. I mean, Park's down here. We'll see if Rogue wants to break down these rocks, or herO is the one that wants to break them down. More lurkers are on the way for Rogue. Massive counterattack.
Yeah, it's got 20 Lings in production at the same time. Not quite 30, but we're getting there. Yeah, I mean, Ling Lurker against Zealot is just the most beautiful thing for Zerg in the whole world.
Man,
another attack swinging up into the fourth base, too. Yeah, cannons at this stage of the game really lose their effectiveness when there are this many upgraded Zerg units out here. And
yeah, +2 lurkers are no joke. The ones at the natural do get cleaned out, but herO's fourth is being gutted. He did at least start a fifth, so he's got that to look forward to, but he will fully lose the fourth base. It may be looking like the Protoss wants to take a big fight at some point soon, but like he doesn't really have the juice, I don't think.
Yeah, definitely not. He's kind of patrolling back and forth, defending what he has, while Rogue is throwing up a Spire, getting some Corruptors to take down this Mothership and these Tempests. I'm not sure he's going to need them, though. Like, Storm is good,
it's great, but it's just, this game is moving so darn quickly that herO is having a hard time getting efficiency in any sort of drawn-out fight. Rogue's just been throwing units at him. The Psystorm does kill the lurkers, which is nice, and now herO is pushing in, wanting some counter damage, hoping Rogue slacked on his production for a second, and he kind of did, but he's still got a lot to charge forward. Recall goes down to bring, I don't know what forward with this.
Pops the cloaking field. That's nice. Overseer providing detection against said cloaking field. Spire going to finish up here quickly. Once we have some Corruptors, that should pretty much be it here from herO. Creep sped is insane. Rogues at 179 supply to 111 from herO. Luke at the supply and lurkering through the minerals into that Nexus. herO needs that to live.
This game is nuts. Like, it's just been non-stop attack after attack by Rogue. He's not given herO a second to breathe, and this is just incredible. Using Lunge to get forward on top of this Protoss army. herO is tossing down Psystorm, but the army is just destroyed. The Protoss is out of here.
Rogue doing rogue things. We had questions. We no longer have questions. Rogue is great. He's here. He is here to kill Protoss and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of bubblegum. Looks like he is probably the favorite to make it to our finals here against Gumio, but it's not over yet. It is 2-0 in a best of 5. You got to win 3. And that third game is coming up next.
Yeah,
herO can have a chance for a reverse sweep, but it's a tall order against really any elite Zerg player, and Rogue is definitely one of those today.
He is. Yeah, his form is so darn good right now.
Woof. Yeah, I changed my background portrait to a Protoss probe mining, and it's not any good luck for herO so far, so... Whew. We'll see what this game has for us in store.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in to this event. Make sure to go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already on the stream. And make a SOOP account. Follow the channel, as we do these events every 2 weeks.
We do. All right. What do we got here on King's Cove? Bottom right, we've got a Zerg player. His name, you might have heard of him. It's Rogue.
And in the upper left, it's herO.
Really fast probe moving out, probably for a hatch block more than anything else.
Yeah, Rogue's
I don't
lurkers,
know,
man.
this is a big map. Yeah, lurkers are good. Man, lurkers in Brood War take 2 storms to kill, and it feels like it's like 5 in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I think it's 3 full ones, I want to say.
Yeah, but man, they can move and reposition so fast. It feels like it's at least fast. 4. Yeah.
I mean, I've been learning more about Brood War since I've been casting some of that SC Evo mod.
Yeah.
And I do find, like, I know that it takes fewer storms to kill them. Like, the storm from High Templar is pretty good in Brood War.
Yeah, it's overall better, for sure.
Caldera Man Amulet, which is just a ridiculously good upgrade, because they pop out with Psystorm, which got deleted from StarCraft 2 pretty quickly. And then they have a max energy of 250, so they can storm 3 times. It's just...
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Really, really good. Yeah, storms in StarCraft 2 are kind of prettier, but man, they do not hit as hard, without a doubt. So herO not doing anything too nuts. Cybercore coming in back home. No proxies. No Nexus first shenanigans either. Rogue playing it pretty straight too, which is why the probe is still here. Because he needs to see what the weird thing is. Is it a fast lair? Is it a 2-base play? Do we just get a 3rd base and play it normally? These are all things that herO would like to know. Because he's on his back foot so hard right now.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know what herO needed to do better in that last game. Just defend better, I suppose. Like, imagine if he built a cannon at his 4th base. Stop those lurkers running in. Like, he had cannons, just none behind his mineral line or anything like that.
That's crazy talk. Building a cannon. No, but yeah, that would have been nice.
When you're up against Rogue, you need to have, like, Fort Knox level defenses. First Adept, going to be getting joined by the second Adept and an Oracle down the road. Great save on the drone by Rogue.
Yeah, very last second there. I had to toss that down. Turn it into a spore, and might as well keep the spore here at 340.
It's always funny how that works out.
Yeah.
Oh, herO completes the shade on the Adepts. They do get 3 drones, but that's quite pricey. Gonna settle for a creep tumor, but he doesn't even get it. This is the kind of thing that I was talking about earlier, how Trigger in game number, well, against Gumio with his oracles, he immediately popped that energy recharge, so the oracle just had energy. And then he'd have been able to use it again sooner, which, it's like, maybe herO should have done that, then he could have kept the oracle on the other side of the map a little longer, or had some more potential with that. He does go for a third, though. A third oracle, that is, and a third base.
Rogue's just powering up, man. He's making drones. He's getting queens. He's making spores because he has to, but otherwise he wouldn't be making those either. He would just be droning right now. These adepts are in so much trouble.
Oh
but
my
they're
gosh.
gonna take. No, but the oracles.
It stays alive just barely.
Ooh, all
1
three of them
HP.
survive.
1 HP.
Lucky. Luckiest adept in the series so far.
I do like the choice for 3 oracles from herO. I mean, it's going to be a while until the Zerg has something to shoot them down on herO's side of the map, so it kind of guarantees your defense as the Protoss as long as you keep them alive.
Keeping them alive, I'm with you on that. Always.
herO once again wants to move out with his adepts to poke Rogue a little bit. The Zerg has paused Ling production for a little bit. He's trying to squeeze out as many drones, so he's going to have 20 Lings to defend against this in all. A little bit of lost mining time at this third. Lings find the adepts, which are not supported by the oracles until the last second, and Rogue wants those injured adepts. He's so darn good at the minute. Holy cow.
He's on top of it. Zerg has a high skill ceiling. I think every race in StarCraft does, but man, when there's a good person on the keyboard and mouse behind a Zerg, they're just everywhere. They're defending, they're harassing, they're teching up. They're doing everything all at once, and it feels like no matter what you try to do from a harassment perspective, they're just on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get anything done, and it's so frustrating.
That's just like a StarCraft 2 thing. Because, like, we could have had Rogue had a bad night's sleep or something, and then herO would have just come in and dumpstered him, and we'd have said, well, Zerg looks terrible. And it's like, well, not really. Like, player's form has so much to do with it. And Rogue is just playing phenomenal today. Like, he is doing all the little things. He is looking good. And there's the Hydra Den on the way. herO did go for a very, very quick 4th base this game, which I do enjoy, as Rogue hasn't even seen it yet, and it's almost done. It's going to have a cannon and a battery to defend, which is very important against a Zerg that's been this aggressive.
Yeah, a Ling Hydra push would be pretty devastating at that 4th base especially. We'll see what Rogue does, though.
Yeah.
Hydra Den finishes, and he fires up. He's
got an infestation pit on the way, so he seems to be looking maybe a little further. There's some Hydras. Muscular augments.
There we go, yeah. Getting speed on those Hydras, which means we're going to be aggressive. We're going to join up with these Lings. We're going to get into the 4th base. Going to try to shut it down. If there's no splash damage, can be really, really tough for herO to deal with.
herO does replace the Oracle that he lost, which I really love to see. In previous matches, he'd just lose the Oracles and then not rebuild them. So I think this is great. He's doing the work, cleaning up more creep. It's going to slow down a potential move out by the Zerg. Oh, he's got to be careful, though. There's Hydras. Great escape.
Scary stuff. Sending a changeling up that way to scout. What's that direction? Nothing, because the stalkers are heading south.
Yeah,
they want to be the ones to be aggressive here.
That is one way to pause Rogue's assaults, is to attack him yourself. And herO's got an incredible amount of stalkers right now, 23 stalkers in all. There's no prism with this for the Protoss, but herO does have charge, so he can potentially warp in charge lots as well at some point. Stasis wards absorb a lot of those Lings, and Rogue just doesn't have that much stuff right now. He's been investing in higher tech, and now he is really on the defensive.
He is. He's making 28 Lings at a time, plus these Hydras. Kiting, you can deal with this, but when you're kiting, you're moving away from the creep, allowing the Zerg player to get that Lurker Den up, allowing him time to get his Hive finishing. So as long as Rogue holds here, he's going to be just fine. It's really annoying with the Blink Stalkers, incredibly frustrating to deal with, but nothing Rogue hasn't ever pulled off before.
Yeah, herO's been hoping to hit that sort of snowball point where the Zerg just takes worse and worse trades. And it's looking a little dicey as it is so many Stalkers right now. However, the Queens are there, Rogue's dropping Transfuses. Lings are popping out in time to help buffer for this. The assault persists, though. Oracle's
Lurker.
accidentally microed forward, but herO says it's time to fight now. Lurker does pop out and burrow, and there's no detection.
Huge. Lurker's huge. He's going to try to take down this hatchery and maybe get out of here. Yeah, he's going to get the hatch. I think that's acceptable losses from herO. He's just jumping on top of Lurker's
He gets
spines.
one of them.
He does. The other burrowed one remains burrowed, but he's like, if I just don't engage with that Lurker, I think we're A-okay here. 71 to 40 army supply.
He snipes it down.
Oh, sick maneuvers here from herO. And GG. Oh.
herO does not go down 0-3. So.
No, the Blink Stalker shenanigans. He APMs his face off in that game. 324 APM with a Blink Stalker play. Looking good. And Stalkers, like I said, they're annoying, they're hard to deal with, and they can even get wins against people like Rogue, even when Rogue is looking really, really good. So fantastic stuff.
That's the sort of herO play style that I love. When he's just so, like, he's usually the one that's so aggressive that their opponent can't really make any moves. And so he really took the momentum back from Rogue there. Well done by herO.
100%. Really excited to move into a game number 4 now between these two players. herO's capable of the reverse sweep. I'm not saying it's happening, but that was a really good indicator that he's not willing to go down quietly. He's going to make some noise, so that's good to see. Really excellent. So we're back on... Oh, we're on El Dorado. I thought that was a different map. El Dorado for the first time today. One of my favorite maps in the current map pool because we spawn on the bottom side, and it makes for wonky games. Yeah, Miro says he did that with even not having a war prism. Did he have a war prism?
No, he didn't.
He had one. Dang, he's crazy.
He didn't have... Yeah, did he have a... He mustn't have not had a robo. Which kind of makes sense, because he had so many units that he clearly, I guess, cut some corners or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's Rogue.
Yeah, if those lurkers... Man, if those lurkers have been allowed to do what they do. Anyway, bottom left, it's herO.
Oh, I know. The sniping of the lurkers, like, so many Protoss players would be like, lurkers, I gotta retreat. herO's like, nope, keep it cool, just run past that thing. And having enough units to still volley down that lurker in one shot was really important. Now, I cast a game earlier today, and it made me think about PvZ on El Dorado, and I think the worker block is probably the best that it is on a map like this, because it basically, like, it really messes with the Zergs, because there are lots of games on El Dorado which Zerg players like to expand, or any player likes to expand potentially to this base, to the gold base early on, but by forcing Rogue to take the outer third, it's basically forcing him to take his third at his natural. There's like no way as a Zerg you're going to take an outer base, really, and leave that hole.
Right.
So it's just really, really good going for that probe block in PvZ.
Yeah, I mean, where the bases are on a map can really determine how different strategies are more viable or not. So far so good here from herO. Got what he wanted. Not that there's much Rogue can do to stop it.
No, not much that can be done at all. I guess you could go for like a... No, I don't even think... Is that a timing with the cheaper hatch that you can like get your hatch down before the probe gets there? Like a 14 hatch or something? Yeah,
I mean, Extractor Trick 15 hatch, maybe? We've been seeing more of that from Zergs. But not something Rogue's been interested in trying, so maybe he's not worried about it. right, herO, got ourselves a Stargate. Pretty normal stuff. Let's get those oracles out there. Let's get some scouting, harassing, keeping the pressure on, making Rogue worry about oracles more than anything else. And checking for weird proxies or scouting lings up here on the top side of the map too. Is this adept won't find much of anything at all. It is an Void Ray instead of an oracle. Interesting stuff here, herO.
Yeah. Really interesting. Will we see a second one? That's the question. Or will it be an oracle behind it?
I'm gonna predict oracle behind it.
Yeah.
One Void Ray seems to be good enough for what you're trying to do. Yeah, there you go. Oracle firing up. And by what I mean to do, I mean this. This is what the Void Ray is here to do. Could only one Ling hit that adept in that position? It sounded like
maybe.
one attacking. Oh. Tiny delay on the third. Cool. Moral victory. Twilight Council again from herO. We'll see if he goes into that blink stuff off of 3 bases.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he gets blink, it's not necessarily, you know, all he's going to do here. But resonating Glaive Adepts,
Oh,
you
man.
madman.
Yeah.
You madman.
After winning a game with Blink, herO says, "Give me glaives." Oracle does get quite a few drone kills and then should get out. He is staying quite a while. It stays alive. That is so important for herO. 5 kills and getting out, maximizing the damage he can do. Really, really great for herO because every drone killed by that Oracle is going to weaken Rogue's response to this Resonating Glaives timing.
Indeed, it will. Roach Warren. Man, the presence of Void Rays, though, really make it hard for Roach Ling timings to work, even Ravagers. It almost kind of forces you into Hydras a little bit. We'll see what he does.
I mean, that's what the Oracles have basically been doing the past few games, but...
Right.
Like... I don't know. herO, he is going for Adepts, but it's not the biggest commitment in the world here. Like, he's got Warp Gate and 4 gateways, but... he's making probes. He's not going up to 8 gates or anything like that.
Void Rays, not great at killing Lings quickly. Oracle's much better at that.
But here's the Adepts. Rogue has a solid wall, though.
What? He traps the Adepts in here. They have to shade out after murdering
I
like
mean, they
4 or
are
5
really
queens.
killing all the queens. Is
Wow.
Rogue gonna lift that spore so the drones can get to Sanctuary? Oh wait,
Is
can
Rogue
they pass
inside
through
herO's
that?
main? Oh, but Rogue's inside herO's main with some Lings being all sorts of
Yeah,
annoying
and
too,
he
but
gets
not
8
getting nearly
probes.
as much damage.
These Adepts do find 3, 4 Roaches, which are by themselves, and that is not how you can deal with Adepts. You need to group up your units. The Spore does lift. And, oh, look at that. Yeah, he just unburrows that so the drones can get through.
Reburrows. Come on, Reburrow.
The rare Spore door. Definitely one way to handle Adepts by Zerg.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm kind of inspired.
Yeah, it really is cool. Okay, the Void Ray decides to join up. Some Stalkers have been warped in to maybe be a bit of anti-roach as herO has Blink on the way behind this, accepting that he did not kill his opponent. But he's still maintaining this map presence.
Yeah, the Adepts are just going to try to do everything to avoid shading right on top of these Roaches. Not going to happen. They're trying to keep Rogue on his toes, on 3 bases. Feeling like he can't get a 4th base. He is getting a Hydra Den, Glial Reconstitution upgrades for his dudes, and herO starts a +1 for his ground units too.
Yeah, I love how Rogue has invested in 1-1, but from this point on, I want to see nothing but units from him. Because like herO is really pressuring him right now, and he's going to need all hands on deck to defend against this, as Protoss now has Blink, and Rogue, he's making these Hydras, but he's going to have to wait a little bit till they pop out. Still, that 1-1 is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for any potential defense against this Stalker pressure by herO.
blinking away from roach attacks. Like, dodging roach attacks with blink is just next level stuff, man. hero's really feeling it.
Okay, pylon and a gateway. No warp prism once again. hero saving resources by not building that rather costly robo and prism. And just out on the map, but we do have hydras and roaches engaging this right now. Kind of taking the initiative from hero a little bit, forcing him back for a second. As Rogue produces more and more of these hydras. Hero's got +1 attack. Rogue's 1/1 is not yet done. Group Spines does finish up, so the hydras now have that extra range.
Man, all of this is so important, man. The Void Ray, the Oracles, the
Hero's going for a repeat,
like...
and this section of the army is rather exposed right now, as the Stalkers could potentially pounce on this. Hero doesn't go for it, though, as he's busy playing with his Adepts towards the north, but this is really threatening Rogue right now.
It is, but Hydra's flanking from the other side, force them to blink away. An attack coming into Rogue's 4th base at the top right, too. A couple Adepts staying alive as long as they have, but man, really, vision for Rogue here is pretty great. He's been really on top of all of this stuff. Drones transferring through an active war zone, never a good idea, but nice concave.
Yeah, really great concave. And Rogue, he's just having a tough time pulling this defense together as his army is so split up. Massive stasis ward, not just freezing these units, but bogging up the rest of the reinforcements coming on in. So Rogue's 3rd is pushed, and hero ties it up just like that.
The Blink Stalker from hero is too good. Too good. 2 games in a row.
Just build Blink Stalkers, man.
The little probe mining behind me is giving hero some good luck the last 2 games. So yeah, that does move us into a game number 5. I didn't think we'd get here. I was expecting Rogue just to take one of the next 2 games at least. Maybe gentleman's sweep kind of a thing. But instead, hero has other plans. Got the Blink Stalkers, the insane Blink Micro. Again, about 320 APM for him is where he likes to be when he's doing that Blink stuff. We're going to be on Frostline, a very snowy map, which is appropriate because we got snow at my house yesterday. Hopefully the last one of the year, but who knows? We might get another second fake spring.
Or are you a shoveling guy?
I'm a shoveling guy. I don't get enough big-time snow where I feel like I could get any value out of a snowblower.
Mm-hmm.
If it was, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a year that it's like, okay, there's like a foot plus of snow out there. This is going to suck with a shovel. But it really only happens like 5 or 6. So I can't quite justify it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Frostline 2v2 best of 5 rubber match here for us in the snow bottom left. With the Carbot Zealot skin, it's hero.
And in the upper right, taking a 2-0 lead and now sweating a little bit, it's Rogue.
All right, man. Game 5. Exciting stuff. Let's see if hero just does the same thing and if Rogue has any answer to it. I mean, if Rogue's just not in a position today where he can handle the Blink Stalker shenanigans, I don't...
If you're wondering what build hero should do in this game, the answer is all roads lead to Blink Stalkers.
Right. It's kind of impressive he got Resonating Glaive Adept into Blink Stalker. That was awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if Rogue would have been better off if he took his 4th base to the left. Because those Adepts poking him kind of caused him problems in that his army wasn't grouped up enough for the defense there, so I wonder if that's what sort of set him down the losing path. Because other than that, I can't think of what else Rogue should have done that game, really. Yeah.
I mean, having more Hydras faster?
Yeah. Not lose 5 drones to the Oracle.
Little small things can make a big difference as the game moves on, yeah. So, hero pretty happily not having to deal with the proxy hatchery inside his natural.
Yes.
Doesn't seem to have to deal with the pool first, which is also very nice.
And I think herO kind of materializes that from the fact he goes for a probe scout in most games.
And why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this will move on to face Gumiho in what will be a great best of 7 match, either a TVP or a TvZ.
I like a TvZ. I feel like it's
I
been a
would
while
too.
since we've had PvT, PvZ, and TvZ in the
that's true.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
that would be
variety
great.
today would be nice.
I'd also just be really curious of how Gumiho would do against Rogue Zerg, because he destroyed, who was it?
Trigger.
Bunny and Beyond last event.
Oh. Wow, okay. I mean, those are pretty solid names at the moment. Bunny especially seems to be playing pretty well. See what Gumiho can do about it.
Yeah. Either way, it's not going to be easy for the Towel Terran.
No.
Like, would you rather play TvZ against Rogue or PvT against, or TVP against herO? It's like,
against anyone, yeah.
it's like boy, those are some great choices.
But he would 100% rather play a TVP percent against anyone. Against max packs, against anything. I mean, the utility of the Oracle is up there with everything else in the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Base defense, harassing, revealing cloaked stuff, tracking enemy movements, throwing down traps for stasis for troop movements. Like, incredible unit. Really good.
Well, it's like, it's got an unlimited skill ceiling, basically.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, not
Like,
gonna
it's
get a queen.
One of the
Go
perfect
queens
StarCraft
with
2
them.
units.
Oh.
Because if herO plays this game right, he can be getting utility out of these for the next 20 minutes. If the game goes that long.
Drone killing. Another
Another
Oracle.
Oh, what a monster. This Oracle
There's
does
the
kind
4 kills.
He tries to corner it, but hero's so quick. Jukes it out. The queen inside the main base got killed earlier, so it's not there to shoot at that, and herO, of course, knows that. He's got the brain the size of a watermelon.
His neck gets real sore all the time. Holding up that giant brain. They're just regular adepts, not going to resident englaive these suckers. We don't have a Twilight Council yet, so I guess I can't say that for sure, but just, wow.
So many drones are
shading
dying.
out.
Oh, he tries to
Not
block it, and then he
shading out.
fails. Oh, dear Rogue. Having a beautiful start to this series is having quite a rough time in
9
the final
drones
match.
down.
Yeah, that is so many. Is that 9 total? 17 total. 6 minutes into the game. Not even.
Ooh, that is going to be hard to overcome.
Yeah, Rogue is going to need something special. He fires up a Hydra Den. I like this. To say, hey, I'm going to just try and get some damage done to herO. As he fires up more and more Lings. Before that Hydra Den is done, then he can add in some Hydras potentially to attack herO. Oh, more drones dying, though, to these Oracles. Queens do reposition. They get shots off, but that Oracle doesn't die. herO also pulled back the other injured one, so great micro on the Oracles so far. And herO's doing the absolute right thing. He's investing in Psystorm, just warping in charge lots consistently to build up his army to match the build-up of Rogue. The only thing I think we need to see here is a few batteries, potentially, from herO.
I don't know. I think herO's going to be aggressive with this. The charge lots and the storm against the Hydras are going to eat him. I don't know. I don't know that he needs it, but okay, maybe don't let the guys in. Zealots holding a couple probes died, delaying, delay.
Rogue, you got to move your Hydras because a Zealot freight train is about to roll on into the natural. The Queens are there to soak while the Hydras deal damage to them, though. Rogue got 4 workers on the other side of the map and definitely pulled herO's attention away.
He's back into that base, trying to get some more probes and more zealots showing up there too.
It's really important to note, though, that Rogue is all in on this, basically. He's at 45 drones and hasn't made any more.
Yeah, so a herO goes from being aggressive to being defensive real fast. He's going to try to hold here on 3 bases. Stasis, again, Oracle providing incredible value, triggering with 1 Zergling, beautifully done. Yeah. Second Stasis, getting triggered by 5 Zerglings, also okay, and there's a revelation.
The drones are coming? Ah! What are you smoking, Rogue? There's Psystorm against drones. Rogue says, go bigger, go home, and he's going to try and make it happen here. No reinforcements are really going to be streaming across the map as all the workers are in the assault right now. It's 56 army supply against 56. Lots of damage on the Hydras. The Psystorm is gone, but there's no reinforcements.
No, it is not. It is not.